Hi, welcome to Mentoring Marisa. My name is Marisa. This is my mentor, Daniel Norton. You guys all know him because he's famous. And our lovely model today, Lucas Veltri.
Hello.
So today we are going to be learning how to do actor headshots.
That's correct. Marisa wants to photograph more of her actor friends. It's also a good side business for people, or full business if you want to do actors headshots. So it's a good place to start if you're looking to get into photography. Now I'm waiting for all the comments below to tell me that you shouldn't get into this, but it's a pretty good way to get into it. Working with actors is always super fun, and she brought me some images that were pretty cool in a style that's popular now, kind of reminiscent of Martin Schuler, who, if you don't know who that is, Google it. But that stuff requires kind of big boxes and strip boxes and stuff to get exactly the look. But what I wanted to go for was something a little simpler for Marisa, and we're just using the wall as our source.
The wall. Okay, now smile like you know a secret, like you have a secret that nobody else knows. Ooh, that was really good. Okay, smile at the camera like you have a secret that would like destroy its life, maybe.
Okay.
Ooh, Lucas, you have such a good what's the word? You have such a good intimidating expression, which is funny because he's kind of like a softie in real life.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Doesn't he look kind of like intimidating? Like I would cast you as like a, I don't know, like smart. I would not mess with you with your headshot. If I saw it, I'd be like, don't mess with that guy. Okay. Now maybe turn your chin a bit this way, yeah, and then perfect. Do you have a side that you think is your better side?
This side.
Okay, then turn this way. Yeah, perfect. I can see it. You're good at being like intense looking. But do you want to be cast more in villain roles?
Yeah, I love them.
Okay, yeah, so let's get a good villain role then.
Yeah.
Imagine that this is a person that is trying to,
Ruin my plan.
they're foiling your plan,
Okay.
and you have to think of a way to destroy them.
Okay.
Maybe close your eyes more, if that makes sense. Like squint a bit. Or just like relax them a bit, I guess. Ooh. Okay, now you're very confident, you're very comfortable in your position, but this person is like really obnoxious and they're gonna have to go.
Okay.
But you're very confident, you're not worried at all. You're kind of just like it's a bug that needs to be squashed. Ooh. Okay, maybe a slight smile. And head more towards me. Forward more towards me. Okay, now just to loosen up your face, just like 3 big laughs. If that makes sense. So go, ha ha ha. Perfect. It kind of works.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Well, it actually like really loosens up your face, I've noticed. Yeah.
It's a signature Marisa move.
Yeah. Okay, now kind of a like your best Italian, like a mobster. You're Italian, Veltri. Just be like, yeah, I made him an offer. I could feel it. Lean towards me maybe a little bit more. Chin down. Yeah. What do you think?
That's really nice. Very, very nice.
Very nice. We got the very nice.
Is that a camera? Oh my God.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know what
It's
you're
the
carrying.
Osmo or
there it is now. What do you think about this?
DJI?
This is incredible.
Not the camera, but the pictures.
Oh, the pictures are great. I've only seen 2 of them, but I mean, So far, so good.
The camera is
go
also
look?
pretty cool. Yeah, let's take a look.
That camera is badass.
Yeah, this is the Osmo. If you'd like an Osmo, check the description below.
Sponsor
Come look at the
alert.
pictures, Lucas.
Oh, yeah. How do you scroll up?
Oh.
I just changed everything.
Oh my God. He just deleted the entire hard drive. If you've gotten this far in the video, you must be enjoying it, so please take a second to hit the like button. Also subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. One of the biggest questions I get on these mentoring MRSA videos is what gear is she using? Rather than trying to explain it all right now, I'm gonna put a PDF in the description. It will have a link to all the gear she's using, the lights, the background, the camera, the computer, pretty much everything. So download that PDF and you'll know exactly what Marissa's using if you want to have the same kit as she has.
I just touched it.
Wait, now how do I get back to where's capture one?
Oh my God,
I found it.
you probably went to the corner. Yeah.
Lucas, dreamy. You're gonna get like the dreamy evil man.
Yeah. And see, so it's doing everything that you wanted, right?
So
His
this
eyes are
is
popping.
with
Yeah,
you
this
guys
is
fucking
exactly-
around with it a little bit, and then it puts it on each photo. Is that how it works?
Yeah, exactly. So basically what we did was we went into Capture One.
This is
and
the thing that shows you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and we went into Capture One and we basically effectively adjusted contrast in color.
Okay.
So adjusting the bright parts, like where your forehead, your nose, stuff like that, to make it brighter, so that brings you forward, and then the dark parts, your hair and the shadows, to bring it further back, and that gives you that three-dimensional feel.
It's pretty striking when you see it like that.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
we just popped the eyes a little bit using, so again adding contrast in the eyes, all the kind of the white that's in your eyes,
Yeah.
not around your eyes, but on the actual color of your eye, like the lines in between. I don't know the technical term.
This
for those.
also makes me feel so much better because when I was shooting by myself, it was looking like this, and I was like, "Why does it look so bad?" But it was really just as like the color.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. People that walk around and talk, pat themselves on the back, talking, "Well, we get it right in the camera." They mean that, not that it's absolutely. I mean, you can.
That's you. You're one of those people.
Well, no, I'm saying that's right in the camera. The left is, but that's because we're shooting a RAW file. So if we look at a JPEG, but if we look at that, like that's the JPEG,
Okay.
right? So you see that
looks
that's
super
not.
flat, yeah.
Yeah, it still looks flat and good, even the JPEG, but that looks better than the RAW does straight out of the camera. But the RAW is more punchy.
So why does the JPEG look so terrible when you put the color filter on it? Is it
Because the JPEG has limited. Remember how I showed you the
Limited data.
the histogram has all that information in it. The JPEG has already cut a lot of it out.
Oh,
The raw
so the
file keeps
JPEG
it all.
basically is like a more.
Yeah.
It has like
Yeah.
less.
And that's why it's
range.
smaller and has less range. And then basically what you can do is if you want something more like this, you could program your camera to add the contrast and stuff as you're shooting. But really you're better off doing it in post if you can, which is effectively Capture One. And we can see how we get the look that you're going for. I mean, there you go. Contrast. People love contrast.
Yeah.
But the most important part of mentoring Marissa is Marissa's going to explain this lighting setup now.
Okay. Yes.
Yep. Hold on, let me get the wide shot so we can see.
We wanted like a nice. Well, originally, I was thinking I wanted the eyes to pop, so we were thinking 2 strip boxes. But then Daniel, wise, sagely Daniel, thought that if we bounced it off the wall back into his eyes, then you would actually be able to see the color of his eyes versus just the reflection of the strip boxes. So that's what we did. We set up 2 flashes,
Right?
and we are bouncing them off of this wall back onto Lucas to create a gorgeous flat lighting that makes his eyes pop, where you can also see the color of his eyes.
Right. And how did you get the exposure?
So for the exposure, I think what you mean is I set the camera so that it would take a black frame without the lights, and then basically did that so that when I turned on the flashes, I was only getting the light from the flashes, not the ambient light from
That's
the
right.
room.
Because the flashes are in TTL,
Yes.
which is through the lens metering. So the flashes themselves with the camera are metering the shot. And it's fine.
What is happening? I think it's a bird.
Great. That's good. That's exactly right. The reason why I chose to do this as opposed to, Marissa had shown me some shots, what I saw was, what she said was, their eyes are really popping. What I saw was big white spots in their eyes, right? Which is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that style, and clearly it's popular, but there's different ways to do it. So, what was the idea? What could we do? And to get that, really, with the gear we had here, would have been more difficult, and I wanted to do something that you could do if you're watching this at home and you're trying to learn, or that Marissa could do anywhere. As long as you have a white wall, or if it's off-white, just do a white balance against it, right? A custom white balance. You can create this. You don't need much gear. You just bounce the flashes off the wall. It could be one flash as well. An important point here, though, right, is we had to move the flashes away from the wall. You want the wall itself to be as big a light source as possible, and the way you do that is you cover it with light. So that's why we use two, it makes it easier, but one flash would also work. You could even take a small flash on top of your camera and bounce it off the wall behind you. Any of that will get you started.
Since it's in TTL, if we did one flash and we just put it really far away so that it would cover the whole wall, would that work?
Yep, as long as there's enough power. But what will happen is it'll shoot slower because it takes longer to recharge. So you always want to use the least amount of power in your lights as possible because then they'll recharge faster. Yeah, it just makes you don't want to be waiting for your lights.
I did notice that. Like when I was shooting, if I shot too fast, it would like
It doesn't fire. So that's just one of the things you want to watch out for. Good question. That's it. Nice and simple, really easy way to do an actor's headshot. Remember, getting right in camera means right exposure, right color, right composition. It doesn't mean that you're never going to do anything. But if there was some like bizarre shadow across his face and you like retouched it out, that's what I mean by not getting it right in camera, or the color's off, or just bizarre things like that. It's underexposed. Even without any of this retouching, that shot was acceptable. It was fine, right? He would have thrown it on Instagram with a filter, would have been good. Would have done the same thing. But here we're giving it to him sharp, out of camera, perfect. And Marisa got to shoot at 1.8, which she really wanted to do. Excellent. So follow Marisa. I will put her stuff below, and Lucas as well. I put the links to all the gear if you guys want to have Marisa's kit. This is the official Marisa kit. Follow me, Dan, our photographer.
Flashpoint.
It's Flashpoint, right? This is basically Flashpoint gear you get from Adorama. I'll put links below. Follow the channel, of course, subscribe and all that good stuff, and we'll see you next time.
It was really awkward because right after I bought the camera, are we ready? Okay.
Well, tell the story first for the Patreons.
No, I can't. It's so embarrassing. Well, okay. Right after I got my camera, I literally just bought. I was like, Daniel, what do I buy? And then Daniel was like, buy this. And then I bought it. And then I was like on set with Joe McNally. I was like, I just bought my first camera. I didn't really know how to use it. And he's like, really? What kind of camera is it? I was like, it's a Nikon Z6 II. And he's like, what kind of lens? And I was like, I just didn't know at all. It was so embarrassing. But now I know. And today I'm shooting with but the first lens that I bought was a 24-70 zoom lens. But this is actually an 85mm prime lens with 1.8. And we are using two Flashpoint Explore 300s, bouncing them off the wall, back onto our beautiful Lucas. And yeah, so let's take some shots.